Key features of OpenCart Smart AI Admin Assistant. Ask business questions in natural language and get instant answers. Analyze orders, sales, customers, and inventory from one place. Generate actionable insights without technical expertise. Access real-time store data through an AI-powered assistant. Improve decision-making with quick and accurate business analytics. Hi, this is a tutorial video for the Knowband Smart AI Admin Assistant. So, after purchasing the module from the Norton website, you will get a zip file, which will contain 2 folders including Admin and System. So, first step was to move this file to your store using that tool. Now, we can see that the installation is complete. Now, we will proceed for the configuration of the module through your OpenCart store. So now you can see that the module has been installed, and we will click on the Install tool, completely install the module on your OpenCart store. Now, we will proceed for the configuration. So, by default, all the configuration will be shown as disabled. So now we will enable the module to enable the functionality. So now you can see that as soon as we have enabled the chatbot, you can see that the chatbot is appearing. Okay, so now we have second option as the enable predefined chat. So basically, these should be the questions that will be shown to your module. So currently we have disabled your AI assistant. So currently we have disabled this. If we enable this, we can see at the top of the questions. So here we can see that we have the big questions, for example, yesterday, revenue, equity, and community. So now we have the mixed, now we have the checked default state. So basically currently we have selected it as the collapse. So if we select on the collapse, then it will show as this only big questions. And if we expand this, then all the questions will show like this. So now we have the max result rows. So max result rows are the maximum rows that will be fetched when a query will run. For example, if you have 150 products on your store, and I run a query that I want a list of the products, then it will fetch only 100 products. Now, we have some options. Show SQL query, total, and allow SQL edit query run. So, if we enable the option that it will allow the admins to see the generated SQL query for the each answer, then you can see this option. So, now we have enabled this. And if we click on the serve, then you can see the SQL that has been generated within this query. If we enable this, then you can add it to your changes, or you can update the SQL query and you can do the custom SQL. So now we have the voice input. So voice input is basically the voice input feature that is showing on the left side of the text box. So now we have the chatbot image setting. Currently, I have only English available on my store. So if you have the Italian, French, or any multi-language, that is available on your store. And if you want your AI system to reply on that language, then you will use the custom language feature. Now we have the log retention days. So basically, this is the log retention period of the 90 days. If your logs are older than 90 days, then it will remove all the logs. Then we have the schema caching. For example, if you are running a query and you are not getting the query retention, then you can also, if there is any caching made up on the backend, then it will refresh the same. Now, we have this module. So, this module basically supports 3 AI modules including OpenAI, Claude, and Java 9. But you need the API key to enable the functionality of this AI assistant. So, you will add your API key here, and then you will choose the selected modules. You will add the temperature. Please note that we have added a GPT 5.5 for this. There we have the temperature of 1. So this is how it works. So we are using the photo balanced. So we need to add the API key here. So you can see that we have added the API key, which is saved in the database. And currently it is not shown for the security purpose. So now we have the widget layout. So basically, this is the widget title that comes here. So you can also change the save. For example, if I add it as the login token, then it will show this. Then we have the greeting message. Like when you access the chatbot, then it sends you a message, which you can edit. Now, we have the widget position, which is either on the right or on the left. You can also add on the left. Then we have the width and the height of the save. Basically, you can arrange this height and you can change the width. For example, if we have the 500, then its width will be changed. You can also change the colors as well. Here, you can also add the icons as well. So now you can see that the chatbot has been shifted to the left. Now we will move to the database view. So if you want to fetch the details from orders, from products, from categories, then you need to set up the database view's configuration. You can simply click on this. So now the AI assistant will fetch all the data in these tables. Now we have the access control. In this, if you are an admin, then you will have the many profiles. For example, for the salesman, for the notification, and many more. So you can also restrict its access to the specific user groups. For example, if I have clicked on the field, Enable Role-Based Access. Now, I want to restrict its access to the specific user group. Then these are the user groups, and you have restricted the same. Now, if I want to allow the user group, then you can simply click on the same, and you can save the settings. Now, we have the predefined chat, so we have also explored this earlier. These are basically the questions. You can add your own here. For example, import order details. Import order details for the last 1 minute. We have also added its position as the push. You can also add the same one. Now, if I add the position of the one, then this will show in the second place. So you can see that I have added the same, and this is now reflecting in the same AI assistant. Now we have the query history. So basically this query history contains all the SQL statements generated for the queries. Now we have the session. So basically, this session is the complete one session. Like if I am having a conversation here, basically this is the new store. And if I end this all, then after some time, it will appear here as the session. So this was a complete back-end configuration. Now we will see some AI assistant functionality. So you can see that I have run this, and currently this store does not have any auditing. So we will try it for the out of stock. So now you can see that it has some product. So if I want to export this, I can also export in the CSV Excel. So this was the complete functionality of the module.